What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the show. I'm Lynn 5-0. This is another MLB 2K13 gameplay video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about quite a bit of stuff, so I'm going to get right into it. All-Star Game recap, Home Run Derby recap, predictions for the second half of the season, and I'm going to talk about one thing. If I have time, I'm going to get into it. It's very controversial, but I think it's something that needs to be talked about. I'm going to save that potentially for another video. I'm not sure. But without further ado, let's get into it as I set up this gameplay. So, the New York Yankees are a team I'm going to be playing with, obviously, because I want to play with Mariano Rivera. And Robinson Cano is a monster. They're going up against the Baltimore Orioles. This is kind of a rivalry, and it's just a rivalry. I'm sorry, Yankee fans. But because you guys keep getting beat by the Orioles. And when you get beat by someone so much, you kind of get like, let me at them type of mentality. But you guys keep getting beat by them. But, that's the only way really that rivalries happen in baseball these days. When you get beat by someone and you keep playing them, you're like, this time we're going to get you. And then you don't. But hey, maybe this time they will. Because Levin's playing with them knowing this kid. Alright, but let's jump right into talking about some baseball, shall we? Because that's why I make these videos, and that's why you guys are here, to talk baseball. So let's get right into it. The All-Star Game. I did a 3-hour live stream during the All-Star Game. It was fun, man. People won some prizes. Franchise City won a free Conejo hoodie. I was giving away hats. Everyone that won a hat, everyone that entered won a snapback hat. Congratulations. I'll message you guys. You guys are amazing. I was thinking about choosing someone, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give it to everyone because that live stream was so cool and so amazing and so engaging that, everyone wins something. We will be doing another one of those live streams for the next major event, and we will have more time to prepare and let you guys know when it's happening, because that live stream was like, yo, Dawkins, man, I'm watching the All-Star Game. You want to do a live stream? All right, dog, let's do it. Bam. And we did it. So it was like random, but it was real cool, real fun, whatever. It was exciting, to say the least. 3+ hours of doing live streaming. I've never done anything like that, but surprisingly, it went by pretty fast. And people seemed to like it, so that was cool. So, in terms of the All-Star Game itself, I must say that I was kind of disappointed, just because I expected more out of the offensive players on each roster. They didn't show up. It was more pitching dominant, which may be because they have this thing that if you win, you get home field advantage in the World Series. Maybe the pitchers took it more to heart than the hitters did. I wanted to see an offensive show. When you put all your best hitters in the league, in a game, together, and all I have to do is hit the ball. There's no chemistry involved in baseball. It's not like you can say, oh, well, they didn't have chemistry because they don't play together. You have one job. Swing the bat, hit the ball. And they couldn't do it. Big shout out to the pitchers, though, but it kind of makes you think maybe pitching is kind of way more, not even kind of, way more dominant in this day and age than hitting is. Leave comments. Let me know what you think about that. Great to see Mariano Rivera take the field for one last time. Hearing that music hit, it was great to see everyone let him stand the field by himself. That was a great moment. Something that I'll remember for the rest of my life. As a baseball fan, I was really, really like, man, this is flipping awesome. As a A's fan, I was like, thank the Lord, this is his last season. You knew that as an opposing team, when you were down and it was the 9th inning and Mariano Rivera came on, you were like, oh, time to go. Okay, let's try to beat traffic. It was game over. One of the best relievers ever to play this game. And it's going to be sad to see him go. I don't think that there's someone that can really step in and take his spot. No one has been as dominant as him. And when you think about his age, that's amazing. That's amazing. And he had one pitch, that cutter. It's coming. It's like, here, I'm going to throw you a cutter. See if you can hit it. All right, man, I'm going to hit it. Struck out. Struck out. Struck out. Game over. Off of cutters. One pitch. Amazing. Leave comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about Mariano Rivera. Do you think that he's one of the best closers of all time? Dennis Eckersley was pretty good as well, but I'm kind of biased because he played for my A's. But leave comments. Let me know what you think about that. Home run derby. Man, talk about the A's. Cespedes went absolutely bananas, smacking home runs. He had that swag, flipping the bat after he knew that he had hit it deep in the center field, going into the top deck in New York. man, that was great to see, and it was hard to see. And I'll explain why. Because as an A's fan, now Cespedes is not unknown. Okay, I know that he kind of was known before, but now people know, yo, this guy got some pop in his bat and he got some power. He is a great player. There will be a ton of suitors next year looking to get Cespedes out of a trade. And us A's, we know that, and we know as fans that we probably only have this year, potentially next year, of Cespedes, and then unfortunately he's going to leave us potentially to the Cubs. The Cubs were in a bidding war for Cespedes with the A's, but the A's eventually won because Cespedes said that he felt more welcome in Oakland. He didn't know Oakland at that time, but whatever. He felt more welcome in Oakland than he did in Chicago, so he went to Oakland. But I know that Chicago still has a lot of interest in him, and especially someone like that to kind of be that big bat, potentially bring star power, especially with Rizzo and Starlin Castro. And then you add Cespedes in there. Whew, that's a potential big offensive lineup. And living in Milwaukee, I may have to take some trips to Chicago to see that at Wrigley Field. He's going to be knocking balls out of the ballpark all the time over there. So that could be something real cool to see. It's good that people now know of him and of his skills. But as A's fans, we know that it could be the end of the line for us seeing him in the green and gold. Okay, let's now talk about potential storylines for the second half of the season. And I want you guys' input in this as well, because I was able to come up with a couple. And I probably missed some big one, and someone's going to be like, yo, Living Man, how did you forget about that one? So write in the comments, yo, and then I'll talk about it in the next video. Okay, so, Chris Davis. Will he break the record? Now, when I say record, I mean Barry Bonds' record. I'm not talking about those other records. I'm talking about Barry Bonds. He is the one with the home run record. I don't care what Chris Davis says. In his mind, he can believe it, and he can get a plaque made at Toys R Us or whatever the hell he shops, and he can get it, okay? I don't care. But in terms of the history books, it's always going to be, the record is always going to belong, the home run record is always going to belong to Barry Bonds. In my opinion, look, if the pitcher had steroids, Barry Bonds had steroids, guess what? It's like algebra. You guys know this. They cancel each other out, and it's man on man, and Barry Bonds was always the better man at hitting. So, at hair growing, not so, I'm just kidding. Low. But he was always the better hitter. It was amazing to watch. He's always going to be my home run king, and I hope that he's always going to be your guys' home run king. But I know there are some guys out there that believe the steroids aren't, that he took more steroids than other people, which is BS. But there are some people out there who feel that way, and I respect those people's opinion. I think he's going to continue to hit a ton of home runs. He's probably going to end up with 50-something. I don't think he's going to hit 60 because he's just going to get burnt out. You know, I mean, you kind of saw in the home run derby, he was like, oh, his swing just looked tired. He looked tired. Or maybe he was not really trying because he knew that he had a long road ahead of him in the second half of the season. Will the A's be able to stay atop the AL West? The Rangers and the A's are fighting for that top spot right now. The Angels also fighting. Now, if you look at the Angels' record, you see a team that probably has no shot. But the thing is that they play the A's and the Rangers a lot in the upcoming month. So they can pick up games really fast, and they have the roster that can just explode at any point. Albert Pujols not playing as well as he can. Obviously, Hamilton not playing as well as he can. But if those bats get hot, and then you add Trout's already hot bat, you add Howie Kendrick's already hot bat, Jared Weaver on track, they could potentially make a run for the West. That's huge. It's going to be an exciting race. And then if we flip to the NL side, you got Patrick Corbin leading. Yes, I said it. Patrick Corbin leading the Diamondbacks to the top of the NL West. Will they be able to hold that spot against the Champs and against the Dodgers, who are making a huge run thanks to Puig? Talking of Puig. Look at that transition. You guys like that crap? So, just kidding. So with Puig, will he be able to keep up his stellar play? He burst onto the scene for the second half of the first half of the season. Think about that sentence. I hope that phrased that right. But will he be able to keep up his stellar play? Me, I don't think he will. Just because if you look at his stats and if you look at how people are pitching to him right now, pitchers are starting to figure him out. Over the last 3 weeks, he's had a ton more strikeouts. A ton of strikeouts. he needs to adjust. He's young. He may adjust. He may not. If he does, he may potentially end with an average, I think, around 300, and he's going to hit about probably 25 home runs. Not a bad season at all. But that, like, yo, this guy is a future star of the league. Yeah. Shh. Not here. Not now. Hold up. Let's calm down. He's not that yet. What other storylines? Boston. Will Boston be able to hold on as one of the big teams in the AL? Boston, a team that a lot of people didn't think were going to even have a shot of doing anything this year, but big props to Big Papi and everyone else for staying up there, especially Dustin Pedroia, even though he did get dissed by Miguel Cabrera. Did you guys see that in the All-Star game with the high five? But whatever. So, what do you guys think about Boston? I think that they will be able to stay up there. That's going to be a cool storyline as well. What other storylines are there? Tim Lincecum doing no-hitter. That was awesome. Will he get traded now? Probably, because obviously the Giants aren't really inclined to keep him. You know, they're kind of like keeping him because he was a star a couple years ago, but then they get to the realization that he's not. And that this will be the perfect time to trade him now that he's on that high note. Speaking of pitching, Matt Harvey. Is he going to win the Cy Young? Oh, probably. He strikes out so many more people than Patrick Corbin. And people have been telling me this all day. They've been like, living, it's different. New York is not Arizona. And blah, 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 blah. It's a different monster. Okay, you know what? Whatever. I don't believe that, but I'll concede at that point. And we'll say that Matt Harvey will win the Cy Young, but whatever. That's it, you guys. Definitely thank you guys so much for watching. Mariano Rivera did get the save, and I actually started Andy Pettitte. I kind of wanted to go old school a little bit. He got 9 Ks. He could only last 6 innings, though. He's kind of old now. He's not like he was, but he's still pretty decent, man. The big lefty, getting those people to swing and miss, looking like a bunch of young kids going up against Big Daddy. But oh my gosh, thank you guys. This video is getting out of hand. Okay, it's getting too late. Max Payne videos, check those out. Those are pretty cool as well. Even though that game is so frustrating, I promise you that I'll get through it. New Q&A video coming out tomorrow. Leave comments down below with questions for moi, and I'll try to answer them. Thanks for watching again. Mariano Rivera, beast. Lim 5 and I'm out.